What's up, everybody? How's it going? How are you guys doing?
You know you have the secret channel up right now, right?
Oh, it's fine.
We can see it.
Doesn't matter. It's a sub-only channel.
I can always see.
Is it the Guild Secrets one? I actually think I have that in my... Like, it's listed. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
But, welcome to another night of Role Control. It is actually...
Keep going.
It's actually basically our 1-year anniversary. Can you guys believe it?
1 year of streaming! 1 year of our shenanigans!
None of us got, like, poppers or, like, silly string. We didn't think this through.
Well, I had a thing I was working on, but I've been really busy and I haven't finished it yet, so...
Yeah, well.
Next
That'll
week.
be a surprise. Well, maybe. We'll see.
2 weeks.
It'll happen!
3 weeks!
At some point before our 2-year anniversary.
We will celebrate our 1 year anniversary.
Woo!
But thanks...
Happy 2-year anniversary. There's a 1-year anniversary sign hanging behind you. You're like,
That took you a year?
a year.
A banner?
It's literally construction paper.
I think the biggest thing is there are definitely some people watching who have been here since like episode
Definitely.
1, which is
Yeah.
like amazing. Like, I mean, I go back and I have trouble watching it because we're like really different now, but
Pretty much, yeah. We've definitely refined and polished our.
Is that the word?
I mean, we're now like a rough rock. Like before we were.
We're mid-polish.
we're not sandpaper.
We are now Dwayne the Rock Johnson. So just like
Ooh, that is a very, very high bar.
I'm getting the tattoo tomorrow.
Over your face, Dwayne. Is that Dwayne or Ryan?
You spelled Dwayne wrong, Ryan. Come on.
But yeah, so thanks everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Been there chilling in the Discord and chatting and asking us questions. It's amazing. So thank you.
It's really, really nice. Well, I don't think we have any other announcements. So quick recap. I suppose I'll do a recap because it's been quite a while. Very quick though. So the group was traveling from Duskhaven to. Did you want to say something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I pushed my glasses up.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay. From Duskhaven. I mean, we're in school, so didn't seem to raise their hands.
Oh, what? No, stretching.
Putting on the moves on that camera.
The group was tasked to go to the Elven Lands, and they were in Duskhaven for some time. They traveled through, had a couple small adventures on the way, and have finally reached the river, which I will actually get you guys the name. No, I won't.
All right.
Not this
Disappointed now.
spot. But they finally gotten pretty close to the Elven Lands, so they're going to cross the river, and then they're probably about a 6-hour journey away from Navut, where they're really intended to go. There's been shenanigans along the way, fun and dramatic, so hopefully you guys know all that stuff.
Isn't Navut a German submarine movie?
Why are you asking me like I would know this?
Oh, that's Das Boot. My bad.
Sorry. If it's not Hunt for the Red October,
I have
what
not
would
seen
I
it.
know? No, and that's also Russian. But whatever.
But whatever.
It's fine. I mean, I did take a French and German cinema class in college.
No, keep going. Entertain everybody.
Oh, okay. All right, sweet.
But we didn't
So the
talk
other
about
day-
submarines in that class. It was mostly post-World War II movies.
Yep.
You didn't think I had any fodder on that topic, but I could keep going.
I've never doubted you that you could keep going, Jane. Never in my life.
As much as you like to keep us in the dark.
I told Ryan to keep going. I did not tell you. That was very specific.
Hey, nobody got time for that.
Ryan wears himself out in like a minute. It's fine.
Yeah,
I
give
hate
it
all
time.
of you, basically. You're fine. Blurry's fine. I hate you too.
So you hate half
What did
the
I
room.
do?
Happy anniversary, everybody. Let's
Happy anniversary. So the group left. They just took a long rest, decided not to go through the guards. They went 2 hours south. I think they camped 2 hours south, and then they're waking up in the morning pretty close to the river.
So I'm going to cast Create Food and Water, like I've been doing.
Yep.
So we have foods. And then I guess we're going to make our way to the shore.
To the river.
Yup. Keeping an eye out for stuff. For people.
Okay, give me a perception check.
For stuff and also people. Are we in the woods?
Oh my god!
It's relevant. I get an extra 3 on my check.
There's water up ahead.
Wait, there is?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Lord.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make myself a McRib.
You just
Oh,
keep
wow.
on finding the most
You
random
can make-
shit
no, you
to do
can-
with
you
that
can
spell.
make
it taste like a McRib. It doesn't actually look like a McRib.
Or you.
I think that's a pro.
You can
I'm not
think
sure
it's a
that's
McRib when you eat it, and you can move it to your mouth with magical means.
Okay, I got a 9
I love
on my
Mage Hand.
perception check, so like tearing it up over here.
Hey, you did
Blam.
better than me.
Yeah.
I just found out there was water nearby. Didn't know that was a thing.
16.
You guys don't see anything
I
really
hate
remarkable.
The modifier is better than mine for perception.
You guys are just heading off up some grasslands, scattered trees,
Oh,
not
super
forest-like, and then it'll lead down into. It's not really a beach. It's like it's more of a sharp kind of like a small cliff, probably at this point probably about 3 feet down.
To the water.
You made it seem like the Mississippi River last time in the last episode, if I remember correctly,
Yes.
in terms of like width. And...
Yep.
And I'm assuming not near the boundary waters, Mississippi River, more like down in the city's Mississippi River.
It's not calm, but
Yeah,
it's
so-
not like. But it's not like
I love
rapids.
that down in the Twin Cities is your reference for large Mississippi River. For me, it's New Orleans.
Well,
when it's like
okay.
a mile wide.
For Minnesotans! Never been to New Orleans? Are you freaking kidding me?
It gets real big.
I'm gonna sit down and start ritually casting Water Walk.
All right.
Did you actually you communicated this plan to us, right? Like we know. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the.
That's why we
Hey,
waited.
so tomorrow I can
Yeah.
make us walk across the water.
Do it now.
Have
Do
you
we-
ever walked across the water?
Yeah, but I didn't
Anyone?
need a spell for it.
On that note, did we maybe want to change how we look just in case?
Would the
I
three of you
mean-
like to change the way you look, just in case?
I mean, there are ways we can disguise you so you don't look quite so yourself.
Really? Can you do that permanently?
I meant like changing his clothes, maybe doing his hair differently. We could braid your hair.
What? I'm trying to
We're
get
not
you an
doing that.
upgrade. Don't be salty with me.
I can be salty to whoever I want.
You know, I think it's not a bad idea to disguise ourselves. I will say that, like, walking across water is gonna, like, maybe be suspicious no matter what we look like.
It
Just
was
throwing
less
that
about-
out there.
It was less,
Just throwing that
well,
out
maybe
there.
if we look. Well, that's a different spell though. But it. I'm not saying to not look suspicious, but just so that the suspicion isn't cast on us.
All right. What do you want to dress up as?
I don't know. I hadn't thought that far.
If you say me-sized kid again, like, I'm gonna be pissed.
No.
Real talk.
I could look like a dwarf
Yeah?
or a
You said you're going to disguise
halfling?
yourself, right?
Yeah. Was that supposed to be an insult?
No.
It's unclear. I don't know.
I could also do halfling, or some
Should we
sort of kid, but kid might be more suspicious.
be elves or not elves? I feel like that's a relevant question, given what we
Well,
just saw in that battlefield.
Yep. I would say not human if we're going into elves, and not elves if we're worried about humans.
Okay.
I know that wasn't helpful.
I don't think it'd be very strange to see elves trying to cross a river. Elves walking across a river, maybe a little more strange, but...
It more
It's more
worried.
about the political
Yeah.
dynamics.
Sorry, I just realized I hadn't rolled a d20.
You have some very strange habits. I like to imagine that was Wiccan character. Like, oh, sorry, I haven't rolled a rock today. Just gotta...
Want to get
It's
your
not-
thoughts on this. I'm not sure the intended meaning versus
Oh,
the
boy.
actual meaning, but prestidigitation
Oh, man.
says you can create a non-magic trinket or an illusory image that can fit in your hand. I figure I could just, like, make my face different. Like,
Does it move with you? Can it move?
If it's spelled multiple times, you can have 3 as 9 as for. It doesn't really say. I don't know. I guess if it's like a magic trinket, I guess I wouldn't. I guess I could make it do that.
You could make a mask of a different face.
Peel off somebody else's face, and then you can prestidigitate it on yourself.
I've already done that once. It's not very enjoyable.
Or you know what?
Thoughts?
Just
You can certainly try.
I will try. I'll make like my nose and mouth different.
This might be one of the more like reasonable uses of prestidigitation you've ever tried.
Okay.
Make her
I'm gonna make like a bigger nose and just a different shape mouth.
Okay.
Like
Sure.
a why so serious like mouth, yeah.
How do I look?
Oh
different.
God. Well, it's not an
A
upgrade.
little bit creepy.
Yeah.
If he talks or does anything, it looks weird. But if he just stands still,
It's like
Okay.
the old translated shows where it just doesn't quite match.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're just going to the Oven Lands. Alright. What's wrong?
It's very confusing.
It does look a little weird, but not like bad. Just you don't look like yourself, which is the point. But that's weird.
It's like
Okay.
Uncanny Valley, like sort of you, but not.
I mean, that's a good thing, right?
his mouth doesn't move when he's talking. By the way,
That's weird.
this goes, but his mouth stays the same way.
I'm assuming I wouldn't know it because I don't have a mirror in front of me.
Oh, okay, no, never mind. That's weird. You can't talk. No,
What do
no
you mean
talk.
you can't
No, no talking.
Oh God,
Nope.
no.
Your
None of
mouth
that.
doesn't move when you talk.
But his chin goes down.
This is like the origin of Snapchat right here. Yeah. Just don't talk if anybody else is around.
Don't talk if we're around.
Well, yeah, or at least looking at you. Oh my God. You should do this all the time. This is like magic.
Oh, are we playing charades?
Do you hear?
No.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna make it look like Wick's nose and mouth are over my face.
How many times can you cast that?
I cast Disguise Self to turn into a red-haired halfling.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Not.
No,
Okay.
I thought we were going down this road.
no,
Alright.
just
Okay.
red-haired halfling
Yep.
woman.
I've seen your parents. You watch it.
What are the other races?
Meanwhile, Valtrar can't do anything because he's ritually casted.
You could be a tabaxi.
The intent is to just not paying attention, not paying attention.
Not listening. Not listening.
Pretend this is a piece of cork. That's literally all I need for the spell.
Because it floats.
Yes. I'm making us all cork, apparently.
So we're not actually walking across water, we're more bobbing across water.
Very stylish. I'll make myself into a
Hey, you two, get back here.
dragonborn.
We can't.
Oh yeah,
We're going
that's
downhill.
We have no control.
real special.
Somebody help us. This is a mistake.
I feel
What?
very attacked right now between you and Sai.
What? What's wrong with being a dragon?
No, I can't look at you. Nothing.
I make myself into a copper dragonborn.
Okay.
I'm
I
probably
see
a little on the.
we've got a theme.
You finished
Yeah.
casting your spell.
I can make myself a foot taller, so I can get up to like 6'6". So I can get.
We figured it'd be better to cross not as ourselves. Right? I'm not looking at him.
Okay. So all of us can float now.
Yay!
Was that a problem for anyone beforehand?
We can walk across water now.
Was not paying attention while y'all were talking. What's going on?
We figured it'd be better to go over not looking like ourselves.
Okay.
And that was Sai's solution.
I'm glad he's not talking.
Should I speak with an accent like this? I'm a dragonborn.
And I'm a
Maybe.
halfling woman.
Do they have an accent? Did they have an accent in Duskhaven?
Hi,
Not
I'm
too
from
much.
Duskhaven. Remember?
I know, I'm asking the DM if I noticed an accent.
Oh yeah, but see, I'm from Duskhaven. This is the
Yeah,
accent.
but you talk weird normally.
I just start walking across the water.
So,
If I drown, I drown.
It's fine.
All right, give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh shit! What?
move in water.
You got to go to down the
Oh.
3 feet.
Oh,
I'll do acrobatics.
I was gonna say I will be doing athletics.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I'm assuming a 23 is good.
Oh, you
I
drowned.
beat you.
14.
25,
Yep, you make it just
mofo.
fine.
Ayo.
I'm gonna make myself look like Tonfa.
I am the...
I want to stay in
So
tiefling.
incredibly handsome.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you calling Levi incredibly handsome?
No, Tongfa,
Mm-hmm.
the character.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out, Levi.
So it was acrobatics or athletics?
Yep, whichever you want.
Ooh, that almost got bad. Maybe 13 for me.
Yep, you make it down just fine. And so you all get to the edge and however you want, climb or just jump, as some people.
Backflip.
If you want a backflip.
Break your neck.
Okay.
Quite
You
big
rolled
water.
what, 24?
23.
23? Okay.
I rolled a 25. I get to do the most flair. Thank you.
Do it then.
There's a lot of flair in what I do. It's exciting. I'm trying to pull up my character on you.
Like dust or something that you throw like as you
Glitter.
jump. Like flare. So yeah, you guys all make it down, and as you land, it kind of it goes a little bit into the water, but it's like it kind of like standing on a water mattress. Like it's you can walk on it.
Those are so freaky to stand on.
What are?
Water mattresses, water beds.
I'm gonna start walking across.
Okay, sure.
Me too.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
stealthing still if
I'll
that's
start.
possible as somebody who's walking on water.
Right.
That seems reasonable.
No.
Okay.
The whole point of stealthing is you have to have something to hide behind. I mean, if you want to, no, there's no
Okay.
way.
No, I'm fine with that.
You'll be pretty visible.
I'm not gonna be walking across then. I'm gonna be like a trot.
Okay.
A gallop.
All right.
I'll be following behind.
All right. Marching order. So first, second.
I'd probably be last just due to the like.
Third, fourth. Okay. You guys all go. It doesn't take you all that long. Pretty easy. You're walking on water. It's just a body of water. You get to the other side. It's about a it's on this side. It's about a 7-foot climb to the top.
You have rope, right?
I got this.
Do you want
I'm
me
just
to
gonna
just cast
climb
rope trick?
since I can use my thing to climb at full speeds.
You have what do you have?
I can climb at full speed at my movement speed and
'Cause
jump
he's
my
not gonna
dex
be able to
mod
hold the rope
further.
when we climb
Okay,
up, like
give me an
that.
acrobatics
Hey,
check.
little weakling.
That's a 14.
Yeah, because you have the ability. I don't even know what it
Yeah,
would
it's a
be
rogue
considered.
ability.
Yeah, you can make it up. Just
I
fine.
cast rope trick
It's-
for the rest of us.
Okay.
I'm at the top now, and I'm like, I have a rope. I was
So you're at
using
the top,
it.
and
You
you see
can't hold on to. Oh, you're gonna tie it on the tree. Fine, then I won't cast it. Whatever.
there are no trees nearby the edge.
Okay, I cast rope trick. It is suspended in the air in front of me, and then we just
Climb up it.
Shimmy on up.
I will climb that rope.
Give me strength checks.
I will climb that rope first.
Not too bad. Actually.
Nope. No, I won't.
Oh wow!
That's a 1.
I just beat you
A
with a strength
natural
check
one.
again.
What did you get?
I got a 14.
Ooh, I got a 7.
So Wick's just like sitting there like flexing, like I got this, and like jumps and doesn't grab the rope and like misses it, just like 'cause she's looking, trying to show off a little bit.
Do you belly flop
Stumbles
like
in.
on the surface of the water and just like freeze there? Like, is that like?
Just a little bit of a wave.
You're gonna take 2 points of damage as you jump and then don't grab the rope, kind of knock into a rock and then fall, and then you're kind of just like
Yeah.
Water bedding.
Well, see, those 2 points are gonna make a difference because I just took damage from a rock.
you're
You'll be
dead.
dead.
I'm
By the end of the episode.
Wick is gonna be dead by the end of the episode.
Do you want
Have
to
a good
try
night.
climbing the rock again, or climbing the rope again?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to grab.
Don't worry, we'll find a creepy like necromancer hobbyist to revive you too.
Ooh,
Or
I like it.
Do you have the diamond that you need for
I
Revivify?
need 500 gold worth of diamond.
Do you have that?
Nope.
Well, then Revivify is useless because it's a 1 minute time limit.
Yeah, but
Like, just throwing that
Somebody
out
should
there.
buy you that diamond.
It's 1 minute.
I just need that in diamonds. It doesn't need to be a single diamond.
I
Thought it
will
did have to be a
try
diamond.
climbing that rope again.
All right, go
It's,
ahead.
It's 300
think-
of diamonds.
God
Yeah,
damn
I
it.
think a bunch of diamonds will work.
That's only an 8.
8's enough.
Oh, good.
You can make it up. It's a
You
pretty
can.
Was
easy
my
thing to
7
do.
enough to get up the ramp?
Yeah, it's like a 7 foot and there's a rope. You're pretty.
Okay.
It was a pretty low DC.
I just
guys.
missed the. I just jumped and missed the rope and fell.
These were very
Um,
optional, and I'm like, all
Actually,
right, let's
so
roll dice because we haven't.
since I have the rope trick still up and it's like 50 feet tall or whatever, I'm gonna climb up just like up to about the tree line
Sure.
and just look around and see if I see
Okay.
anything.
So as you get to the top, you see that there is in a little ways, not very far.
Mhm.
There's a trail, a path.
Mhm.
It's pretty well worn. Like there's a lot of
Okay.
travel that goes on here.
Mhm.
And then a little bit further in, about the same amount of distance, there's a big tree line, and it gets dense, like
Okay.
really quick.
Mhm.
Roll me a nature check.
Okay. Natural
God
one.
damn.
We're getting them all out of the way.
Wow.
Well, we say that.
Good thing this isn't combat.
Great 1 year anniversary episode, y'all.
Oh, we're rolling ones for one.
Yeah.
Oof, brutal. It's gonna be 20
I'd
years
rather-
before we roll
I'd
well.
say I'd rather be rolling some nat 20s right now.
Yeah. So there's just
Take that long.
there's a lot of trees. It gets pretty dense, and the path seems to go, and then the tree line follows basically the entire way that you can see.
Okay, and I don't like hear or see anything like out of place or like fire coming up from a campfire or anything like that.
Perception then.
We're in the forest, right?
No.
Nope, you're outside the forest.
You're looking at a forest.
That's a dirty 20.
Not really.
Okay.
On this side,
Yeah.
if you're looking on the other side, you see some
The
signs of
camp.
of
Okay.
life. I mean, you wouldn't see a 2-hour journey away, but there are other
Yeah.
signs of like travel and whatnot. But
Sure.
on the Elven side, it's really just a forest, and it's
Mhm.
really a little bit worrisome that it's hard not to really see anything. I mean, you see birds flying and
Sort of
stuff, but it's very like, yeah, foreboding.
Okay.
It's a
It might
very
be that this
foreboding.
entire
What's the-
forest has nobody in it. For
Is it,
argument.
what's the weather? Is it like sunny and clear, or is it like cloudy, foggy?
Yeah, it's clear
This will be
with
used
some
against you later,
clouds.
remember.
sure, but like
Yeah.
not anything that would really obscure.
Not like foggy or anything like that. It's a pretty open day, but like the light doesn't pierce very far. It's thick forest.
Okay.
It's
Really
so
good.
So I multiple C's. So I climb back down and like undo my rope trick so I get my rope back. And then I will relay that description of like, the light doesn't seem to be piercing into the woods, blah blah blah, but I don't see any signs of life over here. There's nothing to worry about. Like there's no like people that we need to avoid on this side that I can see. So
I mean, that kind of makes sense. I probably could have told you that. I mean, all the elves live in treetop villages. They don't even clear woods to farm.
well, there could be Empire encroachments on this side of the river, and B, like they could have patrols or something or whatever. So, but they don't. So we're good. Let's go into this creepy crawly forest. Which, to be fair, I kind of like forests. So.
Yeah, but I don't like the creepy crawly. So
But there might be books, so I'm within it.
So you would know, as being an elf, that outsiders aren't very welcome.
Can you all make yourself look like elves?
that would
I
be-
can make myself look like a kid elf.
I mean, that'd be fun. Outsiders, with the exception of Navut, which is more of a trade city than anything, outsiders aren't exactly looked highly upon.
Well, that's where we're going,
Here.
anyways.
Sounds about right.
Right, but on the way there, if we come across a bunch of elves, it could be a potential problem. That's all I'm saying.
Am I better or worse than them here?
Way worse.
That's what I figured. Sounds about right.
Well, no. I mean, I what I meant to say that is that elves aren't, non-elves are not very welcome in the forest like that. On the trail that you guys are on, and the areas where it's like, hey, this isn't dense
Okay.
forest, outsiders are okay to go there. So you would know.
Retcon.
He would know that the path is okay, and Navut, portions of Navut are okay.
Got it. Okay.
I say that.
Great, so we're fine.
Yeah, we
Yep.
seem to be good.
I am staying as a halfling woman for the next however long.
What are you guys doing?
I'm a beefy dragonborn.
Well, I suppose we should go find. Oh, sorry. And then I make the face go away.
Oh.
We should probably hit the trail and
Question.
literally. Yes. Hannah.
How well known are you here? As opposed to the Empire, where when a guard recognized you in Ilion, they tried to chase you down on sight.
Not that well known.
And is it a good well known or a bad well known?
I'm from a very small town, very, very small little village near a still decently small village. So I don't expect that we would have any problems.
How many people in Navut would have grudges against you?
Good question.
I wouldn't expect very many. Most of my thieving days were spent where I'm stealing more than.
I mean, people could have grudges against you for things other than
Vegetables.
stealing.
Not here.
Okay,
Alright. Good to know.
then lead the way,
And I start walking.
and I follow.
Okay,
Yep.
you head south. One more piece of information I guess you would know is that
Yes.
Elven, they don't like information getting out. So, like, revealing, like, your hometown and stuff. You would just have a natural instinct of not to tell anybody.
Right.
If you want to go beyond that, that's fine. But you would know that
Yeah.
they look down upon it. Very little information is known any deeper into the forest.
Right.
And they like to keep it that way. So,
Oh no.
Knack.
All right.
for Keeping.
so you guys are heading south?
We're heading to Navut.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Be south.
Okay, so it's about a 6-hour journey.
So we'll need to. If we want to keep the disguises up.
I'm not. As long as we stay on the trail, we don't need to keep the disguises up. It's really not worth it.
I just wanted to do it because I didn't want to waste it. I like doing this. It's fun.
And you're sort of stomping around, being all big and beefy, but I'm good now.
All right.
It was fun being butch squared.
So you guys start heading south. The journey overall is quite safe. There's no real threat here. You don't come across anything threatening. You see a few ships go by, mostly down. Like there was one that's going upriver. But then you guys make there after about 6 hours. You don't actually come across any other travelers on the road though.
That's a little weird.
So you guys actually then get to there's a little clearing around, and you see in front of you where the river starts to it's been picking up speed a little bit, and then it's starting to get bigger, and you can see across the way as you're approaching the capital city, the Thalmor Empire, just looming big, lots of smoke, lots of urban. This is like a very happening place. Very large. You see that well before. Traveling for probably another 30 minutes, you start to see a few little outcroppings on the Elven side, and there are little docks here and there, and for small boats, usually like looks like fishing boats. Some little paths that lead actually into the forest.
Do they have any water traps?
Would you like to go look?
No, I'm fine. I already checked them.
Would you like to blindly declare that you have water traps?
Yes. Yep. I would like to do that. I'm
Perfect.
good at that.
Love it.
If you guys
All
can
about it.
continue to go further, you see more docks, bigger docks. So it's probably about like 10 scattered small ones, and then it starts to get a little bit more like there's some major shipping areas here. You start to see more people around. One of the things about this is that it's a very diverse place. Like before, like the Dragonborn city, there weren't a ton of Dragonborn, but it wasn't like there were a lot of humans and a lot of Dragonborn. Like gnomes there weren't very many of them, but here there's like everything. Like it's a very like diverse and welcoming area for everybody. And so as you head south, you get to a spot where you start to see that the trees have actually been cleared in this area, and it opens up into a main dockyard. So there's two very long, extended, like, I guess it would be docks, and so large
Piers?
ships, piers.
Okay,
So ships can port in, and there's
There's
not
people peeing. There's piers.
not a ton of people, but there's a good amount of
few
people
peeing.
offloading large ships on putting stuff on ships, and a lot of trade and commerce going on.
So there's not a lot of it's quite diverse here, but there's still a majority of elves.
No.
No.
There's
there a
probably
majority of
less elves than you would think.
Okay.
You would expect, being the Elven Lands, to be a lot of elves, but there really aren't. It's
we're still kind of on the outskirts
so-
of the forest, right?
So when I say diverse, I guess I mostly mean, I'll re-clarify, a lot of things except elves. There are a few elves here and there,
Okay.
but overall a minority.
So
in
there's
this
a
spot.
wide variety rather than a great number of non-humans necessarily, right? Like it's
Where you see Goliaths, half elves, gnomes, dragonborn, tieflings walking around, and no one's like scared or shunning or anything. It's like everybody here is welcome. Overall, it's not like everybody's friendly and happy to each other. Just kind of like everyone's doing their own thing, and it's you're in a very busy area right now. And as you see to the left, it kind of opens up. There are some buildings, larger buildings, mostly you can pick up, that are like places to store all the stuff that's going in and out of the docks. But there is a main pathway that leads further into a more cleared area of the forest.
Is this different than the last time I was here, or would I recognize that this is?
Yeah,
same
you
old,
would
same old?
recognize this as Navut. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
do we can we see any of the names on the ships? Are there any ships in the?
Yeah, there are a few of them.
Can we see any of the names?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Shoot, what was my perception? Perception is plus 4, 16.
Okay. So there's one larger one. It's well decorated. You can see that there is a figurine of a, for lack of a better word, a mermaid on the front of it, and it's up with like a crossbow, or not crossbow, bow and arrow, and it's called the Blue Lady.
Merman.
God damn it, Ryan.
I always want it to be like, I'm not a mermaid, I'm Merkin, and then that's obviously not the right word.
And then there's another boat, larger, or no, not, a little bit smaller, but the Blue Lady is a very large boat, seaworthy travel. The other one, slightly smaller, has a bunch of dwarven figures on it, and that one's called, oh shoot, what was it called? Gosh, I just forgot the name of it.
Make one up.
No, this is not how you
It's
play
really,
Dungeons and Dragons.
it's really disappointing when you're the. Keep looking. It's really disappointing when you're the DM and you're like, I came up with this thing and I can't remember it, and now I feel compelled to make
I
something
know.
up.
Mhm.
But,
I don't
like,
wanna
had
make something
really
up.
Good.
You gotta do what I do, and you just look around at your surroundings and find a name like, oh yeah, the ship in this fantasy universe, camera chapstick. Bingo,
But then
you're
you
in.
flip one of those words around.
Stick chat.
It's
Yeah,
called
that's
the Dawn Strider.
The Dawn Strider?
Yep.
Ooh, I like that one.
Like
It's a-
D-O-N or D-A-W-N?
DAWN.
Okay.
And it's decorated with a lot of dwarven, and there are dwarves, mostly dwarves working on the ship, so taking things from the cargo bay and whatnot. Those are the only two that you see, unless you want to travel to the other larger dock.
I was just kind of curious about what was right there. So, like, question: do we know of any dwarven port cities?
I don't think you guys really went in that area.
Okay.
You didn't get too involved in the trade.
Okay.
Mostly political stuff.
Okay. I mean, you're not wrong. But there wasn't a port. I mean, Dunhilder was a mountain. There wasn't anything near it, right?
You guys would have known that on the west side, that there was there are a few dwarf
Okay.
port cities.
Do we recognize anybody? Just
In a full city.
well,
Or
like
from a full city, I should say.
You don't recognize anybody.
it could have been someone. It could have been someone.
Can we see clan markers at all?
That's what I was gonna do.
Give me perception.
Okay.
I would look too. Is that okay?
Well,
17.
that's a 9. I see nothing.
I mean, you guys can approach if you want and look. Wait, did you say 17?
17.
Oh, okay. Second.
Here,
Hufflepuff.
show me your arm. No. Okay.
Don't know that one. Sorry.
Let me see your shoulder.
They're
Was that recently done?
Wraithbane. Oh God.
It's
Do
a
they have the
steel
dark
hide.
mark?
Steel hide.
Steel hide insignia.
Is the boat made of steel?
Nope.
Oh God, I hope not.
Why not?
I mean, that'd be
On the
super
outside.
advanced.
Yeah.
Steel plating on the outside.
Yeah.
Keep the hole safe.
Harder to sink. Shit, sink me now, Titan.
Could you remind me and also the viewers, mostly the viewers, because I remember definitely. We were going to Navut to meet up with somebody that, what's his name knew?
Tonfa?
Tonfa.
I mean, you were going to go with Tonfa, and he was going to be your guide and show you around here,
Mm-hmm.
but then ended up switching and not going, and he ended up bailing, so that whole plan is scrapped.
Okay.
He ended up stealing our thing, and then Wick got mad at him and banned him, and so now we're just.
I mean, he was banned before then.
Doesn't take much for a wig.
Tell me about it.
Not when it comes to her family.
So I guess Anna would be the only one who would have known
I'm hungry, band.
the current plan.
So, what is the plan?
I mean, we're trying to get.
Do you mean intelligence check?
Everyone or just Anna?
Just Anna, because Anna was the only one who was told.
15. Which is
You
good because I have a 0
look at
in
you.
intelligence. Yeah.
You kind of remember Azanar telling you that he would try his best to have you guys meet up with a contact there, and then he left
By Eagle.
by Eagle. Yes.
Dwarves.
He's an elf!
He's not
Or
a.
no, he's a human. I don't know what he
Wait,
is.
what is he? He's not a dwarf. I thought he was an elf.
I thought he was
He's
human.
invisible. We never know.
He looks
He's
he
a
looks
shadow,
like a human.
1111.
He looks like a human.
I don't know what's going on here.
It's a movie reference.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. So, I mean, there's a contact that we're maybe supposed to meet, but I actually don't know anything about how to meet this contact. I mean...
This is helpful. We're really good at this saving the world thing, you guys.
I mean, we can do our usual thing in which we find the sort of seedy, shady, anti-establishment folks. I mean, that's a thing that we're good at, but I don't have a specific lead.
I could go try to find the Thieves Guild. I mean, Tonfa was part of the Thieves Guild. Maybe he's been here and met with somebody, or
Sure.
You can start graffitiing butts everywhere.
already on it. See that ship
Wait.
over there? Big butt on the side.
The
How-
blue lady
you've been-
butt.
What? What, mage hand?
Mage hand.
No,
No,
Please don't give him ideas.
Luckily, this prestidigitation, it'll just go away in an hour.
Damn. My butt's gone. What?
So... Yeah, so there's Thieves Guild. We could, do I know anything about the Enclave's, status
Oh,
in
they are not
Elven
here.
Lands? Were they ever a thing here?
They had small, very limited, because the elves liked their secrecy. They dislike clans like that deal information. They would maybe have 1 or 2 people in the city, and
Yeah.
just to be here, it would
Just
be
eyeballs.
yeah. You guys will, yeah. It would be
Okay.
very unlikely for them to have.
Mhm.
You might be able to find 1 person here.
That's kind of what I thought, but I just realized I wasn't 100% sure.
I suppose asking asking you where the library is would be completely pointless.
Do I know where the library is?
You're not that familiar with Navut. A little bit, but not like
Yeah.
you don't know.
To
where
be
it
honest,
is.
I'm not really from here specifically. I kind of know of it, like of the city, and I know the more broadly known aspects, which isn't saying much for elves.
Well, let's go see if we can find a place to stay, because we're not just going to turn right back around and walk into
Well, I mean,
the
we're
Empire right
trying
now,
to arrange a meeting with the contact so that we can arrange a meeting with the head of the city land. I don't know how it works here. So that we can convince them to ally with us, which will probably involve us going to do something, because it always does.
This whole plan makes me tired.
And thirsty.
That's in real life, yeah. I'm thirsty.
So that we can gain more allies to take down. Yeah, okay, I'm tired too.
Well,
I think we should go.
let's
take
find a
rest.
spot first, and then
Yeah.
and then we can decide what to do.
That's a good step one.
Do you know the lay of this city at all? What districts are where?
You know where to go
Okay.
for that type of stuff. You know the general layout.
Okay. Would you like to tell me the general layout so I could tell everybody else?
Sure. Okay. So he'll kind of explain that near the docks, that you guys after you kind of move past some of the buildings, you see that there's actually an extraordinarily large tree that is sticking up in front of you behind the docks.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys look at it, you see that there's actually like a spiral staircase on the outside of it. And the more you look, you see that there are little like cubbies and holes and people going up and around, and it's very like it you have to look, and when he tells you like, hey, then you kind of notice, oh wow, there's people, because it's just so immense and large. Yep.
I'm sketching it.
And then he would tell you that that's the trading tree. That's where a lot of the trade and the shops and the miscellaneous things will be. On the other side of the docks is where a lot of the other like shops, inns, religious places if you want to train.
Also near the docks, you said?
Yeah, so the trading tree is on one side, and then if you go the other way, it's kind of more that. And then in there's a residential area that's between the two, where the non-elves can build their own stuff, and there's a point where the forest then kind of really takes over, and then beyond the residential area and the inns is more kind of like, for lack of a better term, it's kind of like the embassy area. Like that's where elves will be, where they can communicate through. There's worship areas. There's like elves, like it's a mixing area to kind of.
And I'm sorry, where was that in comparison to the? So we had the trading tree sort of in the middle.
So the docks are down at the southwest, and then east of that is the trading tree, and then north of the docks is, so you guys kind of walk down, and then there's
We're
curving
you're
around.
curving around and coming back. So this is where all the inns are, and then up here's the residential area, and then up here is really the embassy, and then it's the tree line, really kind of just locking all that off.
So the forest sort of like meets the city.
Yeah. So the city goes up, not quite to. There's definitely a barrier, like just like no man's land type of thing, and then forest.
So I know this might be super controversial for our group, but can we not fuck things up for a little bit here? I'd really like to look around.
You know I can't promise that.
Like I said, it's controversial for our group. But I'd really like it if we could not have to run from this town, get kicked out, have to save it from things. I'd really, really, really like to actually look around and learn stuff, because I've never been here.
Don't take this the wrong way, but that means you not getting mad and casting spells at people.
That's true.
Or you stabbing people.
You know I can't promise that.
Then I can't promise it either.
I hate you both.
Hold person, shall we?
I mean,
You pick up Wick, I'll get side.
I mean, you know, I got no love lost lost for the elves, but even I feel like behaving myself a little bit here. I'll at least look around. I mean, any city that's all about the forest can't be terrible.
That's every city here.
I was
just
going to
so you
say, you hate
Yeah.
elves, yet you're literally, like, that's a stereotype for elves.
You know what? Like, just because I have elven blood doesn't... Whatever.
No, I'm just saying that,
Just
like,
moving on, we're just
wanting to
moving
live
past
in a
it.
city in the woods is, like, very stereotypically elvish, Hannah.
I know, but I can walk around and be my own individual. I don't have to be a sum of my blood parts.
know. Valchar and I start walking off.
I do too.
I was just
Yeah, all three of us are mad.
And none of us are gonna mess the city up, but we're all mad.
We're all mad.
I was just saying.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to insult you.
Walking away
Let's,
from conversations is one of
hey,
my favorite things.
Wick, let's play
That's
a
why you do it
fun
all the time.
game in
Okay.
which every time somebody calls me half human here, we keep a tally of that. How's that sound?
Like an actual tally, or are you gonna get drunk?
Oh, I hadn't made it that far in that like equation, but that works. Yeah,
Are you coming half human?
God damn it, Sai!
that's one.
I'm marking it down.
And I actually start in the journal a little.
That's one.
It's probably one of the first times that there's actually more than just Tonkfa that is a tiefling.
Or, you know, the one that tried to kill us.
Yeah.
But we don't
Yeah,
think about him.
tieflings. To be fair, both tieflings have tried to kill members of the party, so it's really.
Well, okay,
you
to be
know,
fair, one tried to kill all of us, and one tried to kill him.
can't blame him for that.
Probably deserved it.
So it is it's kind of interesting to actually not feel like I'm always having to side-eye everyone, seeing if they are side-eyeing me.
You'll do it anyway.
Yeah,
Though.
you can feel a little bit more at ease here than
Yeah.
most other places.
And you said there were other gnomes?
I mean, there. If you look around, you can find somebody.
I'm going to be heading towards the other side of the docks, the inns, shops,
Sure.
residential.
I'll just follow. Yeah.
I'll be trailing behind, but like
I'm-
sketching things and like
I'm
looking
keeping an
around
eye
at
out
people.
also because this seems like a pretty good place to get bumped into and lose your purse or something.
This place does, if you want, give me a perception check then. So this place does, it does smell like a bit like a dock right now because you guys are there. A lot of seamen, a lot of, like, okay. Well. Oh, jeez.
Sailors. The word you want
A lot
is
of
sailors.
A lot of
Yes.
sailors.
And also, sailors is non-gendered and also not a bodily fluid. So
Oh,
win
thank
on
you.
both levels.
No, but that's a sailor.
Oh!
It's a sign, a lar.
Oh,
There are a lot of. That's why I know I was avoiding that word for some reason. I couldn't think of it. There are a lot of sailors and such. It just a lot of cargo being through here. I mean, there's some rotten fruit that have dropped. That's like over there. It's not the best area, but like as you guys make your way.
I got an 11, by the way, so I'm probably not spotting.
Okay.
Much, but...
You guys make your way through. You kind of there's each section seems to be like gated a little bit, but like an open gate. Like they could close it at a certain time if they want to. But you guys walk through into the kind of the residential area. What are you looking for? So at the left hand side you see it's a rather nice looking inn. It has a higher end tavern. I mean, you can just tell by the outside. It's well maintained.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd seem to be a little bit more elegant.
What's the name of it?
If you're looking for that, it's the Truffled Rose.
Oh Jesus! That
Truffled?
that name in and of itself.
And you know what they do in there?
They truffle
Everybody's
roses?
truffling.
You hate everything in this life.
so I'm gonna be staying there apparently.
So this looks like a good place for when we're talking to the higher ups.
Yeah, I
But
don't
not
want
a
to pay for
good
a place
place
like
to
that.
find contacts.
I would say I don't think this is a place A we could really afford, and B that
We have a lot of money.
You want to use a lot of that money to get diamonds?
and and potions.
Oh, I
And
can't cover all.
who
the
knows what else we
diamonds,
can
but I
find
can do
here.
some. Yeah, we could find some cool stuff here, actually.
Exactly. I don't want to spend my money on an inn when there are other things we can buy.
Okay.
Like books.
Let's go a couple rungs down.
Yeah.
So you look to your right as you're going. It's a
Not totally crap, but
it's a really it's like a workshop area. It's the noise is pretty muffled, but you can tell it's like you can hear the ting 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 on like anvils. It's like a blacksmith workshop to your right.
if anybody's looking at Anna the first time you hear that blacksmith sound, you see this like flicker of just like nostalgia come over her face, just like, oh, and then like back to Anna a little bit.
You want to go look at the workshops?
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep walking.
that would be fun to do. Let's find a
If you guys
place
are splitting.
first, but
Yeah.
no, I don't think we're
Okay. So you guys move up a little bit more to the next little area. On your left, it seems like kind of a quirky, like a little bit weird, but overall decent place. It's called the Left Key Inn.
the left key in.
Left.
Left key.
And then to the right, there are just a few miscellaneous shops that aren't on the trading tree, but they're just here, kind of your run-of-the-mill shops.
What do you think about this place?
What is the Leth Leth?
Yeah.
Leth key? What does that inn look like?
It's like a little like kooky and weird.
Really expensive, or is that just?
I mean, no.
Does it look like it
or
has themed
hipsters.
rooms?
Do they serve PBR?
It looked like it could have themed rooms
Yes, let's go here. This looks like fun.
that are super like out there and weird.
I'm in.
Okay, we have to do at least one night here. Come on.
Later.
Why not now?
Because nobody's gonna find us here.
Exactly.
Nobody would expect us to be here. We want people to find us. We haven't caused trouble yet.
But if we have one, do we have to find them today?
As
That's
much
a good point.
as much as I do not like splitting up the group, the more inns that we cover, if people are looking for us in inns as we would be known to go into, the more inns that we're in, the more of a chance that they will find us.
I want to stay at this one.
Go for it.
Yes.
Hope you have the money. I keep walking.
Look what you've done. I don't get my themed room now.
You can stay there if you want to. I'm not holding you prisoner.
I hate it when you make sense. You're not supposed to be the reasonable one. It's Valchar, sometimes me. It's definitely not
I'm
you.
glad that you heard that too. I make the most sense once. I said once.
You did qualify
Did
with
you
once.
did you peel off into the kooky inn?
Yes.
Or are you still with us?
No, I definitely went into the cookie inn.
Split.
All right, so this is you two going there.
No, I
Or just you?
I'm still with the group.
Okay, we'll handle you in a sec. And then so you guys get to near the end of the end, and then you see that
We'll handle you. You're screwed.
Right?
Death trap.
God damn it.
you look to your left, and it's I mean, there aren't any rundown areas here, but this is probably
The
as
closest
low
thing.
tier as it would get. It is called the Wispy Vine,
Oh, that's a good name.
It is.
and then on
Somebody
the
was tearing up those name generators.
actually it's all from up here,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the right is
The vine of wispiness. Oh, come on.
the names are quite specific, and if you guys get the references, let us know in chat. The one to the right is you actually see it looks like a performance area or a theater.
Oh,
It is called the Moonlight.
damn it.
It's just a theater. There's nothing going on. It's empty. But looking in, you can see that there are like plays that go on, and there are posters and such.
Have we seen anything particularly religious? We're not really. You said that's
Not
up more in the
here.
embassy sort of area. So
Yeah,
not
I
really-
mean they're not really in this area.
Okay.
I nothing overall.
I would take a quick look at the theater. I don't happen to see a shrine in it, do I?
If you're no, you walk in and it's like there's a nice stadium seating with like just a raised platform in the middle.
Okay.
Empty, blank.
So kind of a theater in the round sort of thing?
Right.
Okay.
So you can tell that like this is a place where
Proceeding.
just plays and things like that happen. It's not a religious area.
Well, I mean,
Well, I was referring to
Wix got it.
Right.
Deity,
Is,
yeah.
is basically like would be in
Like
a
a theater
yeah.
shrine.
It's nothing like that though.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have any resemblance to your patron or god. It just
Well,
This is just a
my
theater.
patron is just like a small shrine in artsy places with offerings of art. So
there isn't one
Yeah.
here. If you look around.
I'm going into the Wispy Vine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go in there.
All right. So we'll so you walk in.
I guess I'll go to the high end one.
You have enough cash for it?
I don't know. We'll find out.
You know where to find us.
I
if you
assume
don't.
it's
We'll be at the bar.
probably not hundreds of gold per night.
Yeah, but our spot is where the drinking should happen because it's going to be the easiest to have.
All right. So you walk in. You would be the first one going into the Left Key Inn. You see a lot of like weird drinks, some smoke coming out of pipes. Give me a perception check.
If you roll high, you get high.
16.
Nat 20.
Yeah,
Aw,
people are
shit.
getting a little bit high on some things you smell like. Oh, yeah, all right. So it's kind of a happening hippie type place, and you walk up and there's
Kind of regretting this decision already.
there's a female half elf behind, has some like antlers
And
and
I'm assuming
stuff.
it's been an hour by this point since we. Oh no, never mind. It's been long since past an
6
hour.
hours.
Yeah,
for
no,
Ella to get here.
I am normal wick now.
Okay. She is. Oh, hi. Welcome to the Left Key Inn.
Hi, do you have a room?
Oh, absolutely.
How much?
Oh, well, it would be about 5 silver a night.
I can do that. I'll do one night for now.
Okay, well, here's your key. She hands you the key.
Okay, 5 silver.
Just follow the path to the left.
Sure
She
thing.
points in a direction towards the rooms are.
Is there actually a path to the left?
Yes,
Okay.
there's a hallway that leads you to some rooms.
Cool. I will follow it and take a look at my room.
Okay, yeah.
What's the decor like?
Yeah.
So excited.
You open up your room and it kind of looks like fall autumn, like a lot of like reds and darker like oranges, and there's a bunch of leaves that are kind of around the outside. It looks almost like you're sleeping outdoors, and there's a nice little hammock that's pulled out that you can
That's
sleep
kind
in,
of fun, actually.
and a small little like
For now.
mirror built into the
Sounds
wall of like the base of a tree.
For Anna.
As like a mirror that you can like kind of look into and for whatever you'd want, and it's just a very you feel a little bit like you're outside.
I'll set my stuff down.
Okay.
Probably go out and try and find my party again.
Sure. We'll hop over to you guys heading to the Wispy Vine. All right, so you walk inside, size typical place, a little bit of rowdy customers. You hear a smash of like a glass and some beer flying up, and somebody just letting out a hearty laugh.
You know how to pick them, buddy.
I'm home.
And so you walk in, there's just, joy having, so it was pretty sunny and just a few scattered clouds, and then now it's starting to get a little bit darker because you did the 6 hours of travel, and you show up, and
I'll go to the bar. Talk to the bartender.
okay, it's a guy and a lady. The lady is a half elf. The guy is a halfling, and so they're both. You're just kind of standing there for like 3-4 minutes as they're serving drinks, getting drinks ready. The half elf lady goes, "Oh, welcome. What can I get you?"
Looking for a place to stay. You have any rooms available?
I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay.
She finishes up. Comes over.
Some drinks too.
All right.
Let's get our stuff put away first.
Priorities.
All right. Well, it'll be 3 silver a night.
All right.
You want a room?
1 or 2.
If I give you gold, will that give us 2 rooms for a couple weeks?
Well, not quite a
How many-
couple.
what's the silver?
That's not how math
10.
works. It's
10
10
silver.
silver to a gold.
Oh, 10, not 100. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm used to World of Warcraft, sorry.
I know. Me too.
All right, here's 2 gold. How long will that buy us?
Oh well. I mean, give you a week
Okay.
for a room. You want 2 rooms?
2 rooms.
I'll give you 4 days for each.
Sounds good.
All right.
It's a deal.
All right. Well, here you go. Up the stairs, around the corner. You'll find them.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Up
Goes
the stairs I
back to
go.
work. All right. You guys get into your rooms. Very basic, exactly what you'd expect.
Mm-hmm.
Run down. There are stains on the ground. The bed looks okay. I mean, it looks like it's had beer spilt on it multiple times, but
You hope
You
it's
know.
beer. Yeah.
yeah, you hope it's beer. But yeah,
I'm gonna look at the lock on the room and see how. If I were to try to break into this room, how easy would it be? Is kind of what
you
I'm
could
looking for.
probably break into the room.
Well, not the most secure place. I would recommend keeping any valuables with you.
What do you think I do with all my stuff?
Leave it lying around.
No, this is why you haven't actually stolen that much of my stuff.
Well, all the stuff that I've stolen, I've given back.
I do not believe that.
What about the potion when you were dangling and I'm like, oh, here you go. And then later I give it back to you.
I just sort of assume that at any given moment you have like 2 or 3 of my things.
That's true. Here you go. Sorry.
I've traveled with you long enough.
Yeah.
It's fine.
All right. Well, yeah. I wouldn't leave your money lying around at least.
Again, I am not Wick.
You happen to hold on to it.
No, I'm also not Wick.
All right. Wick's getting a lot of shade this episode so far.
You did leave stuff to get books. The one time.
That was different. That was a special thing, but I'm not
Mhm.
there.
Let's
so.
go grab a drink. I assume they'll meet us here, right? Did we
Well-
actually communicate any sort of plan?
No.
No, we'll figure it out. I mean, there's 3 inns that we walked by, so there's only a matter of it's not gonna be difficult to find them.
All right.
I'm
I
also.
mean, Valchar knows where we are, so.
Do I still have resources from your food, from your rations, or how long does that stuff last?
Let me
That's a good question.
check.
It doesn't like fade away. It's food.
I think it does 24 hours.
Oh, it's basically good.
So
for
it has
the
not
day.
been 24 hours
Right.
since we woke up. So
Right.
I'm gonna eat some of that. Be like, I'm gonna eat some of the food here. I don't want to spend money on their food.
Yeah,
If
it
it's-
spoils
if
if
it's like I'll get it.
You're weirdly
Every 24 hours.
stingy.
I'm saving for stuff.
For what?
I don't know. I haven't found it yet. I haven't stolen it yet either.
Are you like saving yourself for someone you haven't met yet either?
What does that have to do with my money?
It seems like the same logic.
Does it?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, alright. I'm gonna go down and get a drink. You
By the way, if you keep talking like that in front of them, they're gonna keep thinking we're a couple. So
Nobody's with you.
she knows who I'm talking about when I say them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Them.
A gesture over at me like that.
Do what I want. Oh, hey, Baltar. You know. Oh, what's up?
Dude, I'm not dating anybody. Broke up. And then I walk away and go get a beer.
I say to myself after you leave the room, hate to see marriages go down the drain like that.
4 copper a drink. You guys want? All right. So Valtar,
Will
heading
other
over
old
to the
people sell
truffled
beer we want
rose.
for a
Nope.
week?
All right. You
Before
walk
I
in.
walk in, I'm gonna make sure that I don't have like shit in my hair. I'm gonna like actually make sure that it's looking okay.
Okay.
If only you had prestidigitation.
Yeah,
Only
that'd
we
be
had
kinda
somebody in the
nice.
party who did. So yeah, you take a few minutes and just kind of
You paid 2.
brush up and,
Yeah.
and get yourself as presentable looking as you can
Yep.
quickly. So you walk in. It's a lot of people drinking wine, talking quietly to each other. Not a lot of rambunctious stuff going on. There's a very attentive elfin woman behind the counter. Ah, welcome to the Truffled Rose.
Hello.
Hi, what can I do for you?
I'm hoping to get a room for probably a couple nights.
Oh, well, lovely. That'll be 2 gold per day.
All right.
Jesus.
I will hand 4 over.
Oh, well. Here is your key. If you want, I can show you to your room.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
She'll walk around the counter and escort
Fancy
you
Belcher.
to your room.
Okay.
She'll open the door and be like, well, if there's anything you need, please let us know.
I will. I will also, not knowing if it's insulting or not, I will tip another gold for showing me. Thank you once again for showing me to the room.
Well, thank you. Please let us know if you need anything.
This is why he can't afford anything.
100%.
Wait, what's funny is you say that to me, who, like, I just give away gold at, like, no provocation, and I have over 200 gold. Like...
Yeah, that's about how much I have too.
So your room is very well designed. It looks like somewhere you'd want your home to be, like designed nice, like drapes and like really nice. Like there's a chandelier that I mean you'd have to light it with a torch, but like it would like shimmer and sparkle off of all the crystals, and
Diamonds?
it's pretty cool. No.
I'm going to set my bag down next to the bed and actually just fall onto it for a little bit. Just.
It is comfy. This bed is nice.
It's the first time I've had no one in a very comfy spot.
And then we walk in.
No!
No, not again.
I think you should roll a Constitution.
Ooh, we're gonna
just
stay
a
here.
Constitution check.
Sure.
Let's see if you fall asleep.
That's a 7.
I would think you fall asleep.
Cool.
It is comfy. It is relaxing. Everything about this place is just like, and just drift off to sleep.
Cool.
I was going in search of the rest of my party.
All right, so you walk out of the Left Key Inn and
Head towards where my party headed, where I saw them heading
all right,
last.
so you walk and you see that there's a theater on your right and a place a kind of a rundown inn tavern on your left.
I should wait until I talk with the others before I go exploring places.
I'll go look in the inn to see if my party is there.
You see 2 people of your party drinking.
Have
and
you come down yet? Or...
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I assume you guys went and drank, right?
That's
Started
where
drinking.
I went. I didn't know. If
Why
were
would you
coming.
assume that?
I know.
How dare you? I couldn't even get through that straight face.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey, did you see the theater?
I did! I decided it would probably be better to not go exploring on my own, so I would meet up with you guys first and at least let you know what I was doing before I did something.
I looked and there was not a shrine.
That's not the only reason I'd want to go there.
I know. I just.
Why would there be a shrine there?
Do you pay any attention?
No.
My goddess, she usually has like small shrines in artistic places, theaters.
She showed. Were you not there when she showed us one in Duskhaven?
No,
Oh
he was with Tonkfa, I think.
no.
But yeah, so usually
Do you never pay attention?
theaters have shrines and small offerings to her. It brings good luck to tell stories around her.
What do they look like? Do you have a drawing of one? In case I ever find one?
And it's the one from Duskhaven.
Okay.
It's usually just a small little like cutout thing with a couple candles and lots of artistic offerings.
Interesting. Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled.
She's not widely worshipped, and she's a dragon god, so it'd be interesting to see her here, but not surprising that she isn't.
A dragon
Alright.
god.
Yeah.
You hate dragons.
That is curious.
I lived in a dragonborn city for my entire life.
You hate dragons.
I mean, I lived in the Empire for my entire life, and I never became a capitalist pig, so...
My pool of gods to worship was very limited to pretty much dragon gods.
But you hate dragons.
She's nice. She doesn't like tyranny, and she doesn't like bullies. She was somebody who was willing to protect me when my brother was picking on me.
He does sound like a douche.
Super douche.
You have no idea. Oh, yeah, you didn't get to meet him.
Yeah. Lucky.
Was I not there for the World
Right
of
there for the
Warcraft
book.
Us game?
No,
Did I watch? Okay, I must have watched
You watched
that
it,
because
yeah.
now I think I was there. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I can fill you in on that. What Valchar did.
Well, I mean, we've been here for probably, 15 minutes? 20 minutes? Do you think we should hang out, or do you two want to go looking around, and I can stay here and hold down the fort?
Sounds like fun to me.
Yes!
Do you want to come? Are you sure you just
I,
want to hang?
I should wait here. I'd hate to miss it if somebody was looking for us.
Wouldn't they be looking for me?
And
You are not me.
would you rather stay here?
No. Okay,
Bye bye then.
fine.
Come on, Anna, let's go.
You're really salty today.
Welcome to the Elf Land.
And
Okay, I
you're
feel
near
that.
the sea too, so
Bada bunch.
All right, let's go. Where do you want to go first?
Well, you wanted to go check out the workshops, right?
Well, we can go to the theater first.
The theater's on the way back. We could go to the workshops first.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go there.
Go
Alright.
to the workshop.
Cool. You guys head over to the workshops, open up the doors, and just it looks like it's a place for learning, and there are a few artisans. It's a rather large building that's closed off with some openings for ventilation purposes, and just since it's getting a little bit darker and later in the day, mostly empty. But there's still a few people ting ting, just like working on creating whatever it is.
Are there any so what's the division between silversmiths, traditional blacksmiths, armorers? what's the makeup?
There doesn't seem to be. It seems to be like maybe each person has their own, or maybe certain people would share something, but each person has their own. So it really just depends on who's there and what they're doing, and it's very welcoming and just kind of do whatever you want.
Okay.
Have your own tools, do your own thing.
Is there anybody who looks like they're kind of in charge or organizing anything? That sort of thing?
You can give me a perception check.
Okay. Well, that's an 8.
Not really.
Perception's really bad today.
Not really. It looks like just people are there and just kind of doing their own thing.
Okay.
Is there a weaponsmith? Somebody there who looks like they're actively working on a weapon right now?
Yeah, there are a few of them.
I would like to go up to one.
Okay. So there is an elf, a human, and human. Hold on. An elf, a human, and a dwarf.
I'll go up to the elf.
Okay. So this it's a male, and he doesn't look incredibly strong, but the way he's wielding the hammer, you can tell that he has more muscle than he looks like. He just ting, 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 just as working away. He's not really paying any attention to you.
Excuse me.
Ting. Yes.
Hi. I was wondering if you might be willing to take an order.
In order.
My rapier's getting a
commission.
yes.
To do.
My and I'll pull out my rapier. My rapier's getting a little dull.
Yeah. I just do this merely. you could talk to him, and he points over the human. He'll probably help you more.
Okay, thank you.
Ting, ting.
Really wanted an elven blade. That would've been cool.
I'll go over to the human.
Okay, he's cooling him out. Again, he's just focusing on his work.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Hi. I was hoping maybe you could help me. I need my rapier fixed. It's a little dull, and I've been using it a lot more lately.
Okay. He sets his stuff down. I don't have what he would charge. Alright, well, let me see it.
I was going to say, how much
He
is
grabs
right
it and
here?
just, like, flings it around like
Nope,
it's
too
nothing.
far.
You can tell he's very, this guy appears to be very, very muscular.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wouldn't take that much. I could have this done in, well, tomorrow morning I could have something for you.
Great.
A rapier is normally 25 gold, so...
Okay. Well, I could fix this up for you for about 10 gold.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Come back in the morning.
Yes.
He sets it aside.
Is there a way to get lessons on blacksmithing here?
Lessons?
Yeah.
Well, you could approach somebody and ask to be their apprentice and learn.
Less long term than that, just maybe like a brief workshop.
Well, that would be up to the individual blacksmither.
Mm-hmm.
He has a large beard and he just starts like combing through it.
I'm not starting from scratch. My father was a blacksmith, so I spent a lot of time
Well,
in the shop.
I could show you a thing or two.
Okay.
Well, how much do you have for it?
What would you charge?
I don't do this sort of thing normally.
Well, okay. How much would you charge for a weapon that took you like 2 hours to make?
Well, I'll spend about 2 hours with her weapon.
Wick. My name is Wick.
With Wick's weapon. So.
Okay. Well, then I will give you 20 gold for 2 hours to, like, teach me a little bit.
Alright. Well, why don't you come back in the morning? When I'm finished with her rapier, I will give you some lessons.
Great.
And what is your name, sir?
My name is Asen.
Asen, I'm Enna.
Nice to meet you.
Me too.
Thank you very much, Mr. Asen.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
You too. He goes back to his work. Heating it up.
I didn't know you were interested in blacksmithing.
We grew up hanging out in the shop, helping out with it. You know, you start with sort of doing the bellows when you're old enough to do it, and sometimes you get to be the one that pulls it out and dunks it in the water and it goes and you're all excited because you're a kid and that's exciting. And my brother's actually became a blacksmith. One of them took on Dad's shop. He's gonna run it for a while, I'm sure. But it's a good trade.
It's a worthwhile one for sure.
If I were ever to decide to not run around all the time, that might be it for me.
It's too bad we had to leave Dunhildar so fast. Dwarves are known for their steel work, weapon work.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't really have much time for that, but
Maybe when we go back. I mean, I assume we're going to go back because, you know,
Cause what?
we're part of the clan.
Right. Yes. That.
We are?
Yep. That's the.
We didn't spend very much time there. That's the only reason I asked. I can't remember.
We spent like a month there,
We
guys!
spent like 6 months of out of game time
Yeah.
there.
Like half the campaign is doing Outlar.
Yeah. I guess.
12 more allies, more.
I mean, I don't know if we need to go back there anytime soon. So.
Do you not want to?
It's complicated.
Is this because of, your friend?
I guess it's better than wife or fiance. I guess.
Wow, you're really awkward.
Yes, it's not Belcher this time.
Yeah, not that bad.
You're always dancing around what you actually want to say, you know? Will you just spit it out? Oh, wait, you just did.
I mean, it could be weird. I don't know.
Well, they're
I like
probably
the-
going to
I like
want
the
us back
dwarves.
there for the
I like dwarves. You know,
next
they're
trial.
sort of loud and aggro, and they drink a lot. They get their priorities in the right place, but I don't know.
Well, I'm sure we'll find ourselves back there sometime, and then maybe you can take some lessons there, too,
I suppose,
if you want.
perhaps.
A little glint in your eyes. You think about their beer. Like, yeah, that was pretty.
Here.
Are you doing anything other than just drinking and hanging out and being available?
I'm keeping an eye out because I think what Anna said is true, that people would be looking for her before they were looking for me. So I guess I'd be keeping an eye out for people who look like they're trying to find somebody.
Okay.
I'm assuming I would know what that looks like, you know,
Give me a
unless
perception
they're
check.
trying to hide it. It's a 10.
You don't really notice anybody. I mean,
Yeah.
people looking around, but like they find their people or they leave, or it doesn't look like anyone's like they didn't find anybody and they're walking around.
They're lingering.
I'd probably talk to the bartender for a little bit then.
Except for him. He's the only one who's looking for somebody that hasn't found someone.
Like just generically talking, or like you actually want to go up and chat.
I have a couple questions I'd like to ask them, but
Okay.
it doesn't have to be now if you don't want to.
All right. So are you approaching the? I think it's the halfling or the half elf.
Probably the halfling.
What can I get you? Another beer?
Yes, that'd be great. And while you're at it, I have a question.
We all have a lot of questions.
You might have an answer for me. I'm not sure. I believe that people should be looking for me or my compatriot that I came in with.
Wow, you're staying at the wrong inn then.
Why is that?
Well, usually people of importance stay at the other ones.
No, it might not be super important. I'm looking for a friend of a friend. So has anybody come in asking about a female half elf and friends or anything like that? Anything that
Not that I know of, eh? He motions the female player. Hey, is there anybody here looking for some important person and or not that important? Anyone looking around? She goes, what? No? Like a question? Like, no.
I was asking. I'm going to talk to the
Half up.
half elf. I'm looking for somebody who might be looking for the person that I came in with, gesturing to nobody
Oh.
because nobody is there. That's a Goliath. Oh God.
That young lady that was with you?
Yeah. Nobody's been asking any questions about us. It's a good thing. I'm not worried about it.
Does she need some companionship or?
Well, yes, but that's not really the point.
Okay.
Wingman over here.
Yeah, right?
Right?
I'm sure. She points to an elf who's like to himself, but as you look there, it looks a little bit like well decorated. He has like a couple like nice looking rings on, and she's like, he could probably help your friend out for a fee.
Looking
Or yourself.
closer to somebody I'd be looking for.
He could help you find somebody to help you with that. Is your problem?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Man, you're awkward.
All right, back to you guys.
Where do we want to go next?
That's just loving this episode. Like,
whole person drags me out of there. I'm like, oh man, I deserve this.
not again, Dad.
God.
By the ear, the large ear.
Yeah, this is definitely like Dad dropped the kids off at school and went home and took a nap.
You said you'd be there.
All right.
Let's go get
Well,
milk,
No,
okay?
no. Dad dropped kids off at Mall of America and then went home
Yeah.
and took a nap.
where?
Don't do that. Don't do that, please.
Where do you? Well, it depends on the age. If they're like 17, it's fine.
Drops them off at the Nickelodeon universe. And
Where do you want to go next?
You probably won't like the answer.
All right, I'm game.
he probably won't like the answer.
There were temples.
Oh, of course. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
I could always do that on my own.
Why do you think I wouldn't want to go?
You guys don't exactly always seem enthused when I want to go check out the temples.
I mean, I'm not like religious or anything, but you know, it's fine. You've got a reason to go. Let's go. You're not, as long as you're not gonna like time your turn and try to convert me in this temple, we're fine.
I wouldn't, even if any of those were to my god.
I'm glad to hear that. Good. Let's go.
We should see if we can find Velchar. Is he staying at the same place as you guys?
I think he's at the fancy place.
He got the fancy place?
I mean, really, who in the group would fit in the fancy place better than Balchar? I mean, Sai would go there to steal from all of them. I would be wildly uncomfortable. I'm not sure about you. It's Balchar.
I was raised in a relatively decent society.
I mean, I was raised in a nice household too, but like, I'd prefer to live in the wild in a safe house that's
I definitely wouldn't.
accidentally been ambushed by our enemies. Whatever. Anyway.
That was very descriptive.
She's still rolling over that in her mind. Let's go. It's fine.
We should see if Velchar wants to go, because he usually likes, well, he was interested in it the last time we went to places like that.
He's like the least religious cleric I've ever met.
But he's still interested.
Oh no, that wasn't a commentary on him being interested or not. I'm just commenting. He's like the least religious cleric I've ever met.
Yeah.
And I've met some weird clerics in the Enclave. Like, what kind of clerics do you think join that? Weirdos. Love it.
You actually met clerics there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, totally.
Toads.
Tritherian was really popular. Mr. Freedom. Individuality.
Sure. So should we go to the fancy inn and see if we can find Velchar?
Do we look like if we walk into the fancy and we'll get kicked out?
You don't look great. You don't look like you would.
Whoa.
You would stick out a bit.
We should maybe...
I just disguise self in something fancier. Probably the same halfling woman, but in like nicer clothes.
So you're not still Wick, you're a
Yeah,
different...
I literally just.
I will... Actually, I'm like... Alright, that's not a bad idea. So I will disguise myself. I'll still be Enna, but I'm wearing, like, nice sort of, like, forest green, like, nicer robes.
Okay.
Like,
Problem solved.
like, nicer traveling cloak, I think. Yeah, traveling cloak.
I really enjoyed this one. This has
Alright.
been a fun spell to learn.
And I also, like, fix my hair. As much as I care to fix it, which is not passable.
Okay. Got it.
Now let's go to the fancy inn.
Okay, maybe we can even not get kicked out. Alright.
We go to the fancy inn.
All right. You guys walk in and are greeted by an elvish woman at the Truffled Rose. Welcome. What can I do for you?
We're looking for a friend of ours. We think he checked in here probably in the past hour or two.
Yeah.
Okay, in the past hour or so. He would have been a tiefling, red skin, black hair, or salmon skin, black hair.
There you go.
Yeah.
Salmon.
Sorry.
Okay.
Very noticeable coat with hearts on it.
Okay.
Is he here?
Has he come through?
Maybe. If someone matching the description shows up, I will certainly communicate. What would you like to tell him?
We're looking for him.
I'll be sure to let him know if I see him.
Could we send him a message?
Sure. What would you like to...
Okay. Just kind of surprised he's not out here, eating dinner or something. But okay.
Maybe he's taking a bath. I should take a bath.
Okay. So
Kind of looks at you a little bit confused.
sorry.
What's your spell DC?
Shiitake. My spell DC is not letting me open it. This is a warlock spell, so 12.
Oh, she sees through you. Oh, okay. And what's your spell DC? Oh, doesn't matter. Natural 20.
Well, it's also a 12.
She don't give a shit.
Okay. I can give him the message that you are looking for him.
This message isn't getting to Velchar.
Okay.
Would it help?
Maybe
if
one of the inns down the road would be better suited.
We're not staying here. We're just looking. He's our friend. We know he was coming here.
I'll be sure to let him know. He gives you a very smile, a big smile, too nice.
The very customer service smile.
Yes.
Just yep, I know.
The time to get the hell out smile.
Okay.
Fine, I was going to offer you payment, but bye.
Have a lovely night.
Uh-huh.
Thanks.
I hate rich people.
You can't wait until we get out of the building to say that.
Nope.
That woman's thinking, I hate poor people.
That woman just became. Never mind.
She's single?
Wow.
Who knows?
Well, that wasn't a success.
Nope.
Also, where the hell is Velchar?
Would you have wanted to, you were drifting off, would you have been thinking, oh, I should get up in, a couple hours, or just, whatever?
His intent was probably not to fall asleep. So the fact that he did, there's probably not a specified, okay, I can let myself fall asleep, but I gotta be up in a couple hours.
So you're probably out all night.
I'd hope not, but maybe. Who knows? That's up to you.
Oh, you're out all night.
Sweet.
You've been traveling for a long time. The bed is surprisingly comfortable. It just, you can sleep through it.
Cool.
Well, should we check in with Sai?
Yeah, sure.
Stop at the theater first and then check in with Sai?
Sounds great. Yes. He's being, extra pissy today, so we should just take our time at the theater.
Does he not like being here?
I don't know all the nuances, but he and I both have some complicated relationships with elves as a concept.
To be fair, we haven't actually come across that many elves. A few half-elves. I really want to talk to some of the gnomes, see if they're from... I don't actually know what my hometown was called. See if they're from there.
They've never told you?
No. I don't remember it.
Yeah, but you remember the names of everything else in every book you've ever friggin' read.
Maybe
I
I've
know,
read
you
about
babble about it while we're traveling, oh, that tree reminds me of the tree that what's-his-face climbed to find the thing that he slew and then conquered the world. Like, all the time.
Don't worry. One day I'll get to tell stories about you.
Please.
Aren't you doing what I read about? Being a hero?
I mean...
This story's gonna be in the library one day. I know it.
We both wrote ourselves out of the episode.
I'm just imagining that book actually comes out a couple of years in the future, and you're like, and I love Valchar, and I love Enna, and also Sai was there.
I made the best friends of my life, and also I met Sai.
And Tongfa. And Azanai.
Talk was a footnote. It's like, and then these people also existed.
Yeah, this person was alive once.
Please, if Wick writes it as a story, it is going to be fully detailed. It is going to be the
It's gonna be like,
Silmarillion.
yeah, Tolkien without having to worry about, like, number of pages.
Ooh, that's
And or
horrible.
binding, yeah.
I just threw up in my mouth.
All right, so you guys make it over to the theater and can take a look around.
Yes.
What would you like to do? So are you just going in the main entryway?
Are there any events, like playbills
Slated?
up for
Yeah.
for the next, like, week?
Yeah, there's one for in a couple nights that you see. It's a show at moonlight, like when the moon is supposed to be the brightest. So there's advertisements for a play like that.
Ooh, we should go to that.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
Yes.
I bet Valchar will do it. We might have to drag Sai.
I don't care.
Old person, watch it. No.
We'll convince him by telling him that people usually serve alcohol at these kinds of things.
That's true.
Your spidey senses tingling.
Yeah. So we'll talk about
You feel like you need to get another drink.
You?
Yeah, I'd like to just kind of like go in and like look around.
Yeah, so you see the stadium seating. It's nicely designed. A lot of stonework. Some of the seats in the lower areas have like cushions on them. Really quite nice, and it seems like the acoustics would would fill up a lot of the stadium.
So are we talking like Globe Theater size?
Don't know what that is. Don't know the size of that. Probably more like Guthrie.
To be fair, I don't really know the size of the Globe Theater. I just know what it is.
To be fair, the Guthrie is actually probably bigger than the Globe Theater, because the Globe Theater
by
is
quite a bit.
Shakespeare.
To be fair, it's burned down at least once.
Yes.
It's not original.
Oh, like the original one in London.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably about that size. Yes.
Okay.
I wonder
Wow.
if any of the actors are here.
You can actually see that there's actually opening, like it's
It's
an
an
outdoor.
yeah, so it is like
so
the
like
Globe
the
Theater.
sun can, or the
moon
at this
is-
point the
yeah.
not quite the moon, but like you can start seeing some of the stars in the sky. And
Is
stuff
the moon? Are we close to a full moon?
in a couple nights?
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of what I was asking.
Yes.
Do we hear anybody?
Persons
Not
maybe.
really. There's like a few people walking around like cleaning up, or just like there's a couple just chatting, in the stadium. Seems like kind of open to the public.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that it's that they
Open?
perform in the moonlight. That's really cool.
It is. I'm excited to see the show in a couple of nights.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Okay. We should probably go check in with Sai.
Yes.
We'll have burnt the city to the ground in a couple nights, don't worry.
Joke.
Every time we try and like go to like hear a bard perform or like go to a play, like
Death and
we get
destruction.
kicked out of the city or an entire city dies or
Oh God, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah. Or we did the wrestling thing. Well, I guess some of that happened after the wrestling thing, but like the fine arts are not.
Yeah,
we get.
us going to see live performances never
Never
works
is.
out. I don't know why we're planning it.
You guys make your way back to Sai, and there we're gonna take a quick little break. We'll try and make it quick. We'll see you guys very shortly.
I need a beer.